Hi Leos, this is Sherry with True Tarot for today. I'm going to be doing your monthly reading. This is a zodiac spread, and it will give you a little information about several areas in your life and what may happen in the month of February. So, your first house, you have the Knight of Swords, and this indicates that people are perceiving you as somewhat self assertive. They're seeing that you go after what you want, maybe on a mission. Um, Sometimes this card can indicate a little bit of aggressiveness. We've had a lot of strong Mars with Mars in Aries. It's going to be shifting soon, and that may be activating, the Leo to appear to others as being very driven, maybe needing to prove something. But generally, this card represents a person that is ambitious and wants to get things done and has a can-do attitude. And so people see you as a person that's very motivated right now. Okay, in your second house, you have the King of Pentacles, and this can indicate a banker. It can indicate a person that invests money for you. It can indicate perhaps a landlord or you own property. And this is saying that you feel very secure in your money. The King of Pentacles knows how to work with the physical universe, and you feel established now with your money. That's what this card is indicating. If it isn't you, it might mean that you might be seeking money from a bank or institution. You might be very interested in your 401k. You might be very interested in your property at this time. And you may derive good money or hear good news about investments. Okay, your third house represents your communication. This can be neighbors, it can be siblings, cousins, your environment, and your communication online. And this is a very beautiful card. It means that there are innocent relationships in your life right now. There may be some reminiscing going on in your communications. You may be looking back to childhood. And yet, it's a very emotional card. And so, if you are online and you are working in some social media platform, there may be friends that actually are from your past that you might be speaking with. And if not, you have good relationships right now and a lot of memories attached to family members. Or perhaps you just have a very nice relationship with your environment and your neighbors. In your home, this is the card of a new business. It's the card of money. It's you thinking about money. So in your home right now, I wouldn't say that you're resting and kicking your heels back and sitting around. You're very focused on your finances. Some of you may be seeking a new job and you're spending a lot of time at home doing that. Some of you, perhaps you see your home as an investment. For others of you, you're looking into ways to earn more money from a home-based business. So I would just say, you're very invested now in your relationship to money or to making more money. And if you're not doing that, you're certainly thinking about money when you're at home. Okay, in your new relationship house, you have a lovely card. This is the fifth house. It can represent children, and it can also represent a new relationship. And when I say a new relationship, it's a relationship that's entered your life within maybe the last 3 years. So, in either of these departments, whether you have children or whether this is representing a new person who came into your life, you have the wish card, and this is a great card. So some of you may be really feeling very happy about one of your children's situation. You can feel finally that you got your wish for them, they got their wish. But this is a card of, real happiness. If it's a relationship, this new person represents a lot of emotional possibility for you, and you're feeling very, very happy about this person in your life. So, good catch if you're in a relationship that's fairly new. Okay, the next house represents your work life. This is the sixth house. It can also represent your health, and you need some time to step back. If you've been working a lot, this is the card where you retreat. You need to rejuvenate yourself. You need to get more rest. So if it represents your work, some of you might actually have retreated from the work force, and you're inventing yourself, or you're replenishing yourself. This is the card where you rest and restore. If you in regards to your health, it's the same thing. You need time to take a break. You need to step back. You need to really remove yourself from the competition or the battle of life, and you need to do a little bit of self-care. So in your workhouse, and even in your health, you're going to be more inward this month, and you're going to possibly withdraw a little bit into your own cocoon to get your energy back. Occasionally, this card will show up when you're burnt out. In your partnership house, you have the card of anxiety and worry. So a partner can represent business partner, it can represent a mate, it can represent your children, if you have a close relationship with them. One of your partnerships, there seems to be a lot of sleepless nights and concern. If you own a business, or you're in a business, or you're partnered with someone, you can have a lot of worry at this time about the relationship and about the outcome. Sometimes this will show up when a person is worried about someone's health, but it can also be that one of your partners is very concerned and worried now about something that's giving them sleepless nights. In your eighth house, this house represents inheritances, shared resources, and it also represents your bedroom. You have the card of competition here. I don't see this card as much of a struggle or a strife as other readers do. It can sometimes indicate playful sparring. So if this is in regards to your intimate life, you may be now with a partner that challenges you, and you can be very playful in your sparring and your back and forth. And it's very animated because the wands are energy. And the Five of Wands upright to me is not a negative card. It just indicates that there can be some competition or a competitive streak, egos that would be in the bedroom. If it's more about inheritances or shared resources, there may be competition among siblings, and this may come up in the month of February. You may be thinking about that there might be competition regarding an inheritance, and you're taking your time to think about, what that would look like, and maybe avoid it. Okay, in terms of your ninth house, this is the house of publishing, It's the house of higher education, legal aspects, and what else does it represent? Travel. So travel would be really beautiful, and if you can get away in the month of February, this would be an excellent time for you to really enjoy yourself and have fun. The Three of Cups is a card of sensual enjoyment, but also fun. I call it the party card. So if it's about higher education, unless you're looking into a field that has to do with entertainment or maybe the hotel industry, uh, any kind of industry where pleasure, having fun would be the main goal of that business, then this is not a good time to go back to school. And with anything legal, this is a very strange card. You know, this means that people may be having fun, and it's not really indicating anything that I can relate to for a legal situation. And then if you go into publishing, some of you might feel very happy and want to celebrate if there was something that you published, whether this is online or it's a book, any kind of publication. You would celebrate that it's been posted, it's been published, it's been put out there, and this would be really a happy conclusion for you. Okay, in your 10th house, this is the house of how the world sees you, but how they see you in your career. And Leos, you're coming across as a little bit stern. You may intimidate some people. Your thoughts are very clear and concise. You have a good take on reality right now. The Queen of Swords is known for her precision of thought. Some people believe that there's an underlying bitterness in this person because they've attained wisdom, but sometimes at a high cost. You know, the learning wasn't easy. The learning was sometimes very painful. So just be aware that in your career, you're a woman or a force to contend with. For those Leos that are watching, that are male in the general readings, it can go either way for these court cards. But if you're a man, it can also mean that your career is connected, you know, with a very intellectual, mentally sharp woman. Okay, for your 11th house, this is the house of your dreams and your wishes and also your friends. I usually see this more as friends, but it can be your dreams. In terms of your friends, you have a lot of people that share the same vision as you. They want to see their ships come in. They want to actualize something, realize something. They like to work with people that are very positive. They don't like negative Nancy's. You know, they want to get somewhere. So some of your friends or one of your friends you may even know through business contacts or you met them through business. But this person wants to do something, and because you're a fire sign and the wands represent fire, you would naturally resonate with this person and you would feel very good around them. And then for your 12th house, this is the house where some people consider the 12th house the house of your undoing. It can be a blind spot, it can be karma, what you need to learn. And this is about fairness and give and take. So it can mean that either you feel like this is very strong in your life and it sort of rules you, you know, even Steven. Everything has to be even, everything's being calculated. You gave me this, I'll give you that. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. But it's a very high focus on fairness and people getting what they deserve. It can also, because it's in the 12th house, mean that that lesson hasn't been learned yet, that there's too little understanding or real consciousness at this time in your life about what is true fairness and what is give and take and when is it okay to help other people out and not keep a record or, an accounting book. So generally, the Six of Pentacles is a very nice card, and it does, by its face value, mean fairness. So for the month of February, you may be doing some self-examination, and some lessons may come up again about, have I been fair? Have I given too much? Have I given too little? Have I given too much to this one and not to that one enough? And so perhaps this relationship that you have to what is real fairness or true fairness may present itself for you in the month of February. Okay, so Leos, you have a nice month. Just be aware that, the way people are perceiving you now, your first house and your 10th house, you have the swords, which indicate sometimes a little bit, stress. Swords indicate very clear precision thinking. And I think that, February is, bringing out more of your mental side than your emotional heart chakra. And people may be perceiving you as a little sharp and maybe a little judgmental. These two cards border on that. So, if you want to, just show a softer side of yourself, this is a good month to think about that, because you're coming across as a little bit cool and collected and maybe even a little stern. And you may not want that to be, the way that the world is seeing you in the month of February. Okay, guys, take care, and I hope you have a good month.